ways to help you shift yourself out of it. So what is it to feel stuck, right? It's an uncomfortable feeling we have. I can remember a time when I felt very out of control with my eating. I felt very stuck in my career. I knew that I wanted to do something else with my life, but I had no clue what it was, what direction to go in, and I felt like held. I felt stuck, really, really stuck. So the first thing to ask yourself is, why do you feel stuck? Well, most of the time we feel stuck for a few main reasons. A big one right now is money. People feel money stuck. They feel like they're gonna, if they do something else, they're going to lose money, they're going to run out of money, all kinds of things, right? That's a big one. It goes deep for people, money. The second one is loneliness. A lot of people may feel like, say they're in a bad relationships or something and they're thinking about leaving somebody. They don't want to feel alone. They feel like they'll never find somebody else in their life. So they'd rather kind of stay where they're comfortable rather than moving on and taking the risk. And then we have a fear of just general failure, all right? General failure, where we feel like if we go outside of our comfort zone, if we make any changes, we're gonna risk losing either money, we're gonna risk being alone, we're gonna risk being ridiculed or criticized or something like that. So it goes to like self-image issues if you think about it. So yeah, main reasons, right? So you feel stuck in some way. Maybe it's your career. You feel like you've been at a job, you're very unfulfilled, you want to do something else, but you don't know how in the hell you can do it, because you need money, you need benefits, you need insurance, you need all these things in your life, right? You need stability. Well, do you? Do you? We need stability because we tell ourselves that. We need stability because that is where we're comfortable. That's where we're comfortable. So sometimes in life we have to take risks, as scary as it is. So the second thing to help start shifting yourself is to change your perspective on it, okay? So we're always thinking, whenever we're thinking about making a change in our life, some kind of drastic change, we're always thinking, what if I fail? What if I fail? You can't think like that. Switch the perspective to asking yourself instead, what if I succeed? What if I succeed if I take this risk? What would happen? Right? See, we're programmed from a very young age to all the gloom and doom and to always focus on failure. What's going to go wrong? But understand that you're playing that story in your head, but it has not happened. It has not happened. So not only shifting your perspective, but understand that waiting is not going to alleviate any of your symptoms, okay? A lot of times we say, oh, I'm gonna wait until something else pans out, or I'm gonna wait and think on it a little bit more. I'm gonna think on it a little bit more, right? I'm gonna sleep on it. But chances are, if you're thinking on it, you're sitting on it, you're gonna have the same reactions in your body. You're gonna think the same thoughts because they're ingrained in you. Don't think that tomorrow you're gonna wake up and be all bright, happy, and positive, right? No. You're trained to think the same way, repeat the same patterns. So understand that waiting is not really going to make a huge difference for you. If anything, it might make you more anxious about the situation. So just understand that. So shifting the perspective and realizing that there's no point in waiting, really. If you're gonna take a risk, it's better to just face it head on and do it. Okay, the next thing is to ask yourself, is it more beneficial to me to stay where I am and play it safe? Or is it going to be more beneficial to actually see where life takes me? And actually, because obviously if you're thinking about doing something, if it's in your head, then there is a part of you that definitely wants to do it. There is a part of you seeking out your greatest potential. It's your higher self, whatever you want to call it. So understand that a lot of times we play it safe, but really ask yourself, okay, what benefit am I getting out of playing safe? Well, let's see, the benefit could be remaining stressed out, remaining anxious, remaining feeling unfulfilled without purpose, all these things, right? So nothing's going to change unless you change or you change something in your situation. So think about that. All right, and then this ties into the next thing, which is basically when we do things like that and we're always thinking of failure, our brain is basically giving us this false sense of protection, right? Because it wants to keep us safe. It wants to keep us protected. It's like, a retirement plan or something, right? A safety net for when we get older, right? In case we lose our job or something, we have a safety net. So it's basically our safety net. But if you remain in that place always, because the brain is going to try and protect you no matter what. Put it this way, think of a time when you were a kid and you were so scared to do something. Maybe it was like giving a speech in front of the class, or maybe it was, asking somebody out on a date, maybe when you were a little bit older. And you had to face that fear, or you were forced to face that fear. So say, for example, giving a speech in front of a class in like 4th grade or something. You're scared to do it, but you have to do it because somebody is forcing you to do it, right? And you did it. And then the outcome, you did it. You did it. You overcame that adversity in your life. It's almost like, it's much easier to jump out of an airplane if somebody pushes you out, right? Rather than you having to make the decision yourself. So that is why it's so scary for us, because a lot of times we don't have somebody pushing us because we're having these internal thoughts and feelings. Other people outside of ourselves will tell us to remain where we're safe, remain in our comfort zone. But if we have that little nagging feeling inside that's saying, I'm not really happy, I'm not really fulfilled, I need to find more meaning in my life, I want to switch careers, I want to go study something totally different than what I'm doing now, I'm not happy where I am. Only you know that. Only you know the answer to that. Nobody else is going to tell you what to, they're going to tell you what to do, but nobody else knows you like you know you. You know what I mean? So think about that, okay? That's why it's so scary, because nobody is pushing you out of that airplane. You have to jump first, right? You have to jump yourself, make the decision. So it scares the crap out of us, of course. So just understand that most of the time we hold ourselves back, right? And, if we really didn't want to do something, if we really wanted to stay where we were, then we wouldn't be thinking about leaving in the first place or changing something out in the first place, right? The fact that you're thinking it means that it already exists, right? In a parallel universe out there. It exists in the infinite field, but until you can align yourself with it, until you can face that fear, until you can overcome those patterns in your head holding you back and stop making excuses, that's going to be the difference. That's going to be the difference for you. So many times we believe ourselves when, we get a thought, oh yeah, I really want to do this, but then the logical side kicks in and it's like, man, that's too risky. What if this happens? What if I fail? What if I lose everything? What if people around me, don't agree with me? Well, you can't think like that. You can't think like that. Realize that self-growth is going to be uncomfortable. Self-growth and discovering all your true talents and your abilities in life is going to take a degree of you feeling like you are standing on the edge of that airplane, right? All the physiological reactions are going to come up for you, and it's going to be scary. Believe me, it's going to be scary. We've all been there. It's still scary. It's still scary. It's not something that just goes away, because we're human beings, and our brain wants to protect us. People around us want to protect us and keep us safe, but sometimes being safe is not the best way. Is not the best way. Because you have to think about where you are now. How are you feeling right in this moment? How are you feeling in your relationship? How are you feeling in your job? How are you feeling in your location? How are you feeling in your body right now? Do you truly feel happy? Because if you were 100% happy, then I don't know that you would have clicked on this video. You know what I mean? the fact that you're watching this video tells me something about you. That you want something more out of your life, that you know that you have something more to give, that you want to be more aligned. So I want to help you do that, but it requires you taking in this information and applying some of it and shifting the perspective a little bit on it and realizing that on the other side of that fear is something awesome for you, something amazing. So on that note, I hope you have a great day. I wish you all well. I appreciate all the love and support. If you haven't done so, please subscribe. I put out a video every single morning for you guys, and have a great day. See you tomorrow. Peace.